Hey, so in this short video, I'd like to show you two things. One, how you can generate Nano Banana Pro images via the Gemini API directly from Make. And related to that is how you can decode base64 encoded strings into an image. These things are connected because the Gemini API response will be base64 encoded. But of course, if you encounter base64 encoded strings anywhere else, this will be the answer on how to decode them as well. So let's jump right into Make, and if you want to generate an image and upload it into a Google Drive, this is what a scenario could look like. The Google Gemini API is available as a module within Make, but there's a little downside. So there is an action to generate an image, but that action only gives you the Imagen models, and I don't think they are as good as the Nano Banana Pro ones. If you want to generate a Nano Banana Pro image, you need to do two things. First, you need to pick the Generate a Response module, and you need to generate an API key with the Google Gemini API, and you have to pay for it in order to generate Nano Banana images. Here's a free tier, but that doesn't cover Nano Banana Pro. All right, so back in Make, you've selected the Generate a Response module, and you have selected the Nano Banana Pro model from the model dropdown. And you can just add a prompt, select image down here, leave everything else as is, and you're ready to go. Now, why did I mention base64 decoding in the beginning of the video? Well, if you look at the response from the Gemini API, way down here in the candidates, content parts, inline data, and so on and so forth, you will find the actual image response. And where most APIs just return a URL for you to download the generated image, Google Gemini does something else. You can see a little better if you look at the JSON response. So in the JSON response is basically a huge string of data, and this huge string of data, actual data for the image, and it's encoded in a certain way, base64. So what we need to do is take a huge string of gobbledygook and decode it before we can actually use it. And you'd think it'd be straightforward, because if you search for base64, there is actually a function in Make to code base64, but the problem is it transforms text into base64, and we want to do the opposite, basically decode it. Luckily, there's an answer for this as well. It's just that the function is called toBinary, and if you look at the description, it will pop up. toBinary accepts a string, which we're getting from the Gemini API, and it accepts something to encode it with. In this case, you can hand it a base64. So this is what it looks like to decode the response from the Gemini API. You plug that long string that we saw into the toBinary function and hand it the base64 information to decode it with, and then you can just upload the file into a Google Drive. And this is what it looks like. Absolutely fantastic image, of course, as usual. Right, and that's already everything for today in this video. So if you found this helpful, please give it a like. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can get in touch with me via email. If you want to support the channel, kindly sign up through a tool I'm recommending through the links in the video description. All right, thanks, and see you in the next one.